Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Bronny James, compared to former Lakers number 2 pick. LeBron James' former Cleveland Cavaliers teammate, Iman Shumpert, compared Bronny James to former Los Angeles Lakers number 2 pick, Lonzo Ball. People don't give Lonzo Ball enough credit, Shumpert told Org. Even though he's had his ups and downs, he plays a team game. He's able to get other players involved. He's able to make people better, and I think Bronny does an excellent job of that. To be fair, Shumpert was not comparing Bronny in terms of Ball's tangible on-court production. Bronny does an excellent job of being able to stay in a rhythm without getting people out of rhythm, Shumpert continued. He doesn't take a lot of dribbles. They need a lot of touches in order to get going. And he doesn't. He plays a pretty efficient game, and the more he gets in those decision-making positions that he has to make down the stretch, when it really means something, we're going to see a really quick learning curve. Ball was a highly touted prospect coming out of his lone season at UCLA. Selected number 2 in the 2017 NBA draft, Ball was a triple-double threat. He averaged 10.2 points, 7.2 assists, 6.9 rebounds, and 1.7 steals for the Lakers as a rookie. Bronny James is the exact opposite. LeBron James' eldest son struggled during his one-and-done season at USC, averaging only 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists, which led to the nepotism criticisms when the Lakers drafted him 55th overall. But that does not mean Bronny James cannot be developed. He could learn a thing or two from Ball's career arc. Like Bronny James, Ball was not a good outside shooter out of college. But he showed marked improvement each season. He started his NBA career shooting just 30.5% from the three-point range. During the 2021-22 season, Ball shot a career-high 42.3% from long distance on a high-volume rate, a staggering 12% jump from his rookie year. If Bronny James can make a similar improvement in his outside shot, he can become a solid 3-and-D player in the NBA. Viral clip shows LeBron James blasting Darvin Ham, Lakers staff. The debut episode of the Netflix documentary, Starting 5, which followed LeBron James and 4 other All-Star players throughout the 2023-24 NBA season, dropped on the streaming service on October 9. In one of the scenes, James can be seen going on a tirade, blasting then Lakers head coach Darvin Ham and his coaching staff for keeping him on a minute restriction. "I know y'all have got me on old man time percentage and, expletive, play 8 minutes per quarter, and, expletive," James told Ham and his staff. 2 shots in 8 minutes just getting cardio. "I hate this, expletive, already, just garbage." The documentary showed James reviewing the clip and admitting he was unhappy with Ham's coaching decision. "The minutes restriction, it's just something I don't agree with," James said. "I've never agreed with it. I prepare my body, physically and mentally, for battle. I've had conversations, talks, and battles with coaches, and, I get it, cautionary minute restriction, but also understand me. And I get me. There's nobody who gets me more than me," the all-time scoring leader said. The incident occurred during the October 24, 2023 game between the Lakers and Nuggets, which was the opening night of the 2023-24 season. James played only 29 minutes in the game as the Lakers suffered a 119-107 loss. After the loss, Ham remained adamant that James would remain on a 30-minute restriction as he wanted to ensure the aging forward worked with a lighter load. Darvin Ham on if LeBron James' 29 minutes will be a trend this season, we'll see. "In all likelihood, yes." Ham added that it could build from that number depending on how James feels and what the team's training staff decides. While the clip seems to validate the theory that James and Ham did not see eye to eye, ESPN's Ramona Shelburne reported on October 3 that James had lost faith in Ham, who was fired immediately after the 2023-24 season. "Those that know James best say he craves structure and accountability," Shelburne wrote. He thrives in disciplined, highly organized systems. He does his best when everyone on the team understands their role. All are elements he had lost faith in under the Lakers' previous regime, sources said. Furthermore, several Laker players such as D'Angelo Russell have taken subtle shots at Ham, while expressing happiness over the approach taken by his successor, J.J. Redick. D'Angelo Russell said the Lakers have been kinda winging it since his return to the organization, and he mentioned more structure being around this summer. Lakers land elite scorer in wild blockbuster mock trade. As the Los Angeles Lakers gear up for a big 2024-25 season ahead of them, one thing that is clear about their roster is their need for another high-level scorer. They have one of the most dominant duos in league history in LeBron James and Anthony Davis, but a relatively weak supporting cast consisting of mostly average role players at best. With James and Davis getting older, their window to win another title in the 2020s is closing quickly. The Lakers opted not to make a splash move this summer, putting their full trust in the core that they have constructed over the past 2 seasons. However, that does not mean that the door is shut on making a blockbuster. After missing out on marquee talent this offseason, including Paul George and DeMar DeRozan, the next guy they could pivot to is Chicago Bulls star Zach LaVine. Bleacher Report's Andy Bailey proposed a 3-team mock trade that would send LaVine to LA for a truckload of players and draft capital, while giving Chicago a proper LaVine replacement in New Orleans Pelicans star Brandon Ingram. The trade reads as follows: Lakers get Zach LaVine and Antonio Reeves. Bulls get Brandon Ingram, D'Angelo Russell, Jalen Hood-Schifino, a 2029 first-round pick from Los Angeles, and a 2031 first-round pick from Los Angeles. Pelicans get Rui Hachimura, Chris Duarte, Cam Reddish, Jackson Hayes, and a 2031 first-round pick from Chicago. Undoubtedly, that is a lot of moving parts to acquire LaVine, and would perhaps be on the same level of league-altering as the stunning Karl-Anthony Towns trade to the New York Knicks last week that also saw fellow All-Star Julius Randle get dealt to the Minnesota Timberwolves. In total, the Lakers would part ways with 5 players and 2 first-round picks if they were to complete this deal. Adding LaVine alongside James and Davis could make them one of the best trios in the league, as it brings a perfect combination of high-level scoring and elite interior defense. LaVine is typically ball-dominant offensively, but he has the capability to be an elite catch-and-shoot player with James patrolling the offense, and he would essentially replace Russell as the team's third option. Injuries and a hefty contract from LaVine are some of the biggest risks to doing such a deal, and doing this exact trade would be banking on him to stay healthy given that they would essentially gut their depth to complete this deal. The Pelicans need size and athleticism to their roster, which is what Hachimura, Hayes, and Reddish could provide, but are those role players worth giving up for an unreliable player on a $215 million contract? And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Zach LaVine? Leave your opinion in the comments.